Hello everyone, welcome to Salesforce Tech Bytes. Today we are going to see a Salesforce CLI. My idea is to create a playlist to showcase all the Salesforce CLI related videos, which also includes some demos. Let's get into the session. Today, the topics which are going to cover as part of Salesforce CLI is what is SFDX, what is Salesforce CLI, what is the difference between SFDX and Salesforce CLI. This is just an introduction video, and you will be getting much more videos on the Salesforce CLI, which will be having the details or the features typically the user can make use of it during their day-to-day development activities. What is SFDX? SFDX is a set of tools designed for uh, to improve or to have the modern developer experience of building the applications on the platform. This is basically an approach to say how to develop the tool, how to have the developer experience on the platform. So it has tools that are used to manage the applications for the development and then delivery. The typical benefits of SFDX is you can create the scratch arcs, you can manage the scratch arcs using the SFDX commands. You can also create the new feature branches, or you can merge the branches even without touching the Salesforce CLI commands or a user interface, right? And we can deploy the changes using the SFDX commands between one arc to another arc. And apart from that, we can also query or get the masked data from the production, which we can utilize for our testing purpose. Now let's see what is Salesforce CLI. Salesforce CLI is basically a Salesforce command line interface. It is made outdated of Ant-based force.com migration tool, meaning Salesforce CLI is a latest version. It is completely outdated the Ant-based force.com migration tool. It provides all the features that we used to have in the Ant-based force.com migration tool, also giving much more additional features within the Salesforce CLI. The benefits of Salesforce CLI, the first point I could say, it is an open source tool, which is not have any cost incurred. And you can also manage the metadata between the arcs. We can convert the metadata to the SFDX format, and we can also managing the SFDX features using the Salesforce CLI. Creating a metadata like Apex classes and Lightning components, you don't need to go for the developer console or the user interface. You can directly using the command line interface itself with the help of Salesforce CLI, which will be much more faster. Also, all the different files within the particular component. For example, Apex classes, the meta file, if it is a Lightning component, all the related meta or JS files will automatically created using the Salesforce CLI. We can also export or import the data using the Salesforce CLI. We can create or run the test cases using the Salesforce CLI without even touching the Salesforce user interface. You can also create the package or install the packages using the Salesforce CLI, and we can also build automations using Salesforce CLI commands. Okay, as I said earlier, the Salesforce DX and the Salesforce CLI are two different purpose. Sometimes or often we used to think it both are same, but it is not the case. The Salesforce DX is for the improving the developer experience, which is basically a methodology or a philosophy to say how the development experience should be there, and it helps to development and then deployment process. And when it comes to the Salesforce CLI, it is a tool or it is a list of tools which used to make the developer activities or developer job easier. We can do a lot of automations and we have a lot of features using the Salesforce CLI. So we can avoid the Salesforce user interface and then doing a multiple clicks. Everything we can do with the simple commands itself. And the main importance of Salesforce CLI, the developer must know it is better consistency and it is not prone to errors and it is much faster than what we do in the user interface. Why? Because in the user interface, we need to do multiple clicks. But when it comes to the Salesforce CLI, a simple command will run faster and it will make your job easy or done in a few seconds. Okay, and how I say it is better, no prone, not prone to errors, because when comes to the user interface, we will do all the clicks everywhere, and sometimes we might be missing something, we click wrongly. For example, instead of retrieving the data, we might deploy the data, sorry, deploy the metadata into the Salesforce arc, right? But when it comes to the commands, you are going to use the commands which is there so that you don't do any mistakes and the commands will behave always the same way or a right way. Okay. As I mentioned earlier, this is just an introduction video for the Salesforce CLI, and I'm going to put or place much more videos on the Salesforce CLI playlist. If at all you are interested to learn Salesforce features or Salesforce release related features, or even within the Salesforce CLI, if you want to learn more, you can watch my YouTube space. You could like, please subscribe so that anytime that I post a video, you will get to notified. Thank you.